From the moment you were a child, something about you felt different. Not better than others, just different. Maybe you sensed things deeply. Maybe you felt a strange pull toward purpose, truth, or something greater than yourself. While others were focused on fitting in, a quiet voice inside you kept whispering that your life carried a deeper meaning. What if that feeling wasn't imagination? What if it was a sign? Throughout history, many people who were later called chosen, called, or anointed experienced unusual patterns early in life. They faced struggles that shaped them, moments that awakened them, and a persistent feeling that they were being prepared for something bigger than themselves. In this video, we're going to explore 7 hidden signs that you may have been marked by God since childhood. Signs that most people overlook, but carry powerful spiritual meaning. If you've ever felt guided, protected, or set apart in ways you couldn't explain, this message might be exactly what you need to hear today. But before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to the channel and join our growing community of truth seekers and awakened minds. Your support helps us continue sharing powerful insights that inspire, awaken, and transform lives. Now, let's uncover the signs that may have been with you since the very beginning. 1. You always felt different from everyone else. From the very beginning, there was a quiet awareness within you that you didn't experience the world quite the same way as everyone else. Even as a child, you may have noticed that your thoughts ran deeper than the conversations around you. While others were comfortable following the crowd, something inside you kept pulling you to the edge to observe, to question, and to understand life beyond the surface. It wasn't always easy. Feeling different can sometimes feel lonely. You might have wondered why certain things that excited others never truly fulfilled you, or why you seemed to notice patterns, emotions, and truths that others overlooked. While many people were focused on fitting in, you often felt like a silent witness to the world, watching human behavior, sensing unspoken emotions, and reflecting on things far beyond your years. But what once felt like isolation may actually have been preparation. Throughout history, many individuals who later discovered a powerful spiritual calling shared this same early experience. Before they understood their purpose, they first experienced separation, not because they were meant to be alone, but because their perspective was meant to be different. Being set apart shapes your awareness. It sharpens your perception. It allows you to see life through a lens that is not clouded by constant noise or distraction. When you are not completely absorbed in the crowd, you gain the rare ability to see things clearly. What you once saw as a weakness may actually be one of your greatest strengths. That quiet feeling of being different was never meant to diminish your value. Instead, it was a subtle sign that your path would not follow ordinary patterns. While others were learning to blend into the world, you were unknowingly being trained to understand it. Sometimes the very thing that made you feel like you didn't belong is the same thing that reveals you were meant for something greater. 2. You faced unusual challenges early in life. For many people who are spiritually marked for a deeper purpose, life does not begin easily. Instead of a smooth and carefree childhood, you may have encountered struggles, emotional battles, or difficult situations much earlier than most people around you. While others seem to be protected from harsh realities, you were often forced to grow up faster than you should have. At the time, it probably felt confusing, even unfair. You may have wondered why your path seemed heavier than others, why certain relationships were complicated, why certain losses, disappointments, or pressures appeared so early in your life. While other children were simply enjoying the simplicity of growing up, you were already learning lessons about pain, strength, and endurance. But what if those experiences were not random? Hardships have a way of shaping the human spirit in ways comfort never can. The challenges you faced were quietly building something powerful inside you: resilience. Every difficult moment was strengthening your ability to endure. Every emotional trial was deepening your empathy and understanding of others. People who are destined to help guide, uplift, or inspire others often go through the fire first. Their struggles become their training ground. Their wounds become the source of their wisdom. What once looked like obstacles may actually have been preparation. Those early storms were teaching you how to stand firm when life becomes uncertain. They were teaching you how to survive moments that might break someone else. And most importantly, they were shaping the compassion that allows you to truly understand the struggles of other people. One day, you may realize that the pain you once questioned gave you something incredibly rare, the ability to carry strength in silence and wisdom beyond your years. Sometimes the people who face the hardest beginnings are the very ones being prepared for the most meaningful journeys. 3. You were naturally drawn to deep questions. From a very young age, you may have felt a pull toward questions that others barely noticed or didn't even care to ask. While other children were absorbed in toys, games, or simple distractions, your mind wandered into the vast and uncharted territories of life's mysteries. You found yourself pondering ideas like, why am I here? What is my purpose? Is there something beyond what I can see? This wasn't just idle curiosity. It was a quiet, persistent stirring in your soul, a calling to explore truths that lie beyond ordinary understanding. You may have asked adults questions they couldn't answer, felt frustrated by simple explanations, or found yourself captivated by stories of life, death, and the unseen forces that guide existence. Even when society told you to stop overthinking or just enjoy being a child, you felt compelled to look deeper. This inclination is more than a personality trait. It is often a spiritual marker. A soul destined for purpose naturally seeks connection with the divine, a higher understanding, and a meaningful path. The fact that your curiosity was intense, persistent, and different from your peers is a sign that your consciousness was tuned to more than the ordinary. Those deep questions weren't meant to make you anxious, they were meant to guide you. Each time you questioned, reflected, or searched for truth, you were training your mind and spirit to navigate complexities, to see beyond illusions, and to prepare for the moments when life would demand insight, courage, and wisdom. The very thing that may have made you feel different as a child, the need to explore, understand, and seek meaning, is actually one of the strongest signs that your soul has been awake long before the world noticed. You were not merely curious, you were quietly, profoundly preparing for the journey you were destined to take. 4. You often felt protected in strange ways. Have you ever looked back on your life and wondered how certain situations didn't end in disaster, even though they should have? Perhaps as a child, you narrowly avoided accidents, escaped harm, or found unexpected solutions to problems that seemed impossible at the time. Maybe someone appeared just when you needed them, or circumstances shifted at the exact right moment to keep you safe. These experiences often feel like coincidences, but what if they weren't? What if there was a quiet, unseen hand guiding you, shielding you, and steering you toward the path you were meant to walk? People who are spiritually marked for a higher purpose often experience this kind of protection. It is subtle, sometimes almost imperceptible, but unmistakably present when you pause and reflect. It is the sense that the universe or God has always been watching over you, even when you were unaware of it. This protection isn't always about comfort or luxury. Often, it manifests as resilience through challenges, as timely interventions that prevent harm, or as uncanny intuition that steers you away from danger. You may have felt instinctively pulled toward certain decisions or away from others, and in hindsight, those choices may have saved you from situations you couldn't have navigated alone. These moments are not random accidents, they are signs of divine alignment. Every time you felt guided, protected, or saved from what could have been, your life was quietly being orchestrated for a purpose greater than your own understanding. The fact that you have survived, thrived, or avoided the pitfalls that might have derailed someone else is a powerful signal. It reveals that even in your earliest years, there was a watchful presence ensuring that your journey would continue, preparing you for the extraordinary path that lies ahead. If you want, I can move on to point 5 and make it just as deep and cinematic, so we continue building this fully immersive spiritual YouTube script. Do you want me to do that next? 5. People opened up to you easily. Have you ever noticed that even as a child, people seemed naturally drawn to you, not for what you had or what you could do, but simply for who you were? Friends, classmates, or even strangers might have shared their fears, frustrations, or deepest secrets with you, often before anyone else. While others struggled to connect, you seemed to radiate a quiet sense of trustworthiness, a presence that made people feel understood without judgment. This ability to draw others in is more than just a social skill. It is often a subtle sign of spiritual sensitivity. Souls marked for purpose have a rare openness that allows them to absorb the emotions of others without being consumed by them. It is as if your very being carries a safe space, a sanctuary where others can be honest and vulnerable. This sensitivity likely made you different from your peers. You may have felt the weight of others' pain, or been puzzled by how naturally it came to you to comfort, advise, or simply listen. At times, it may have even felt like a burden, noticing what others couldn't articulate. But this deep empathy is a cornerstone of spiritual purpose. Being able to connect with people on this level prepares you for a life of impact. Your natural capacity to understand, console, and inspire others is a sign that you are meant to guide, uplift, or lead in ways that go beyond the ordinary. The relationships you've formed, the trust people have placed in you, and the insights you've gained from truly listening, they are all part of the preparation for a life that touches souls. In essence, this gift of connection is not accidental. It's a whisper from the divine, showing you that your presence matters, that your ability to see and feel deeply is a tool designed to fulfill a greater purpose in the world. 6. You felt a strong sense of justice and truth. From a young age, you may have noticed that the world's injustices didn't sit lightly with you. While many children accepted rules, norms, and the ways things just were, you felt a deep, almost instinctive pull toward fairness, honesty, and truth. Lies, cruelty, or dishonesty weren't merely wrong in your eyes. They felt like personal affronts, as if the universe itself was out of balance, and you couldn't ignore it. This strong moral compass is more than just a personality trait. It is often a subtle mark of a soul destined for purpose. Those who are spiritually chosen frequently carry an innate drive to uphold what is right, to protect the vulnerable, and to confront falsehoods, sometimes even at personal cost. You may have found yourself speaking up when others stayed silent, defending those who couldn't defend themselves, or challenging systems that seemed unjust. Feeling this pull at a young age is significant. It shapes how you navigate life, how you make decisions, and how you respond to challenges. It builds courage, sharpens discernment, and fosters resilience. Your early sensitivity to injustice wasn't a burden, it was a form of preparation, training you to stand firm in the face of opposition when your life's mission demands it. This sense of righteousness also comes with wisdom. It teaches you to see beyond superficial appearances, to sense deception, and to act with integrity, even when it's difficult. It is a quiet but powerful reminder that your life is meant to influence others, to shine light in dark places, and to stand as a beacon for truth. The very fact that you have always felt compelled to defend what is right, to seek justice, and to honor truth sometimes when no one else noticed, is a signal that your soul has been prepared for something greater. Your moral compass is not accidental. It is a guide pointing toward the extraordinary purpose you were born to fulfill. 7. You always felt like your life had a purpose. Even as a child, you may have felt a subtle but persistent sense that your life was different, that it carried weight, significance, and meaning beyond the ordinary. While others seemed content with small goals or fleeting pleasures, you couldn't shake the feeling that your story was unfolding according to a plan you didn't yet understand. That quiet inner knowing, the sense that you were meant for something bigger, was always there, guiding you like an invisible compass. This feeling often manifests as a restless curiosity, a deep desire to make a difference, or a yearning for experiences that resonate with your soul. You may have wondered why certain events, people, or opportunities entered your life at just the right time, or why some doors seem to close only to lead you toward better paths. These moments are rarely random. They are subtle signs of a life being orchestrated with purpose and intention. For many spiritually chosen individuals, this awareness is a defining marker. It fuels your choices, motivates your growth, and prepares you for the extraordinary journey ahead. Even when the path seems uncertain, this inner pull reminds you that nothing in your life is wasted, and that every struggle, triumph, and moment of insight is part of a greater design. The feeling that your life has meaning isn't just hope, it is a whisper from the divine. It assures you that your journey is intentional, that your talents, experiences, and challenges are preparing you to fulfill a calling that only you can realize. Those who carry this quiet sense of purpose often go on to touch lives, inspire change, and leave legacies that endure long after them. If you've always felt like your life was meant for more, that is because it truly is. You were marked long before you understood it, and your story is still unfolding in ways far greater than you can imagine. As we've journeyed through these 7 hidden signs, one truth becomes impossible to ignore. Your life has always carried a spark of the divine. From the moments you felt different, to the challenges that shaped you, to the deep questions that stirred your soul, you've been quietly prepared for a purpose far greater than you can yet see. These signs are not coincidences. They are whispers from God, guiding you, shaping you, and marking you as someone chosen to make an impact that goes beyond ordinary understanding. If you felt that quiet pull inside your heart, that sense that your life is meant for more, know this: you are not alone, and your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. Every challenge, every insight, every moment of resilience has been a step toward the extraordinary life that awaits you. So embrace it. Step into your purpose. Let these signs remind you that you were never ordinary. You were always marked, always guided, always chosen.